A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twin Flame Union. In this channeling session, I would be talking about the divine masculine's feeling for divine feminine, and the feelings are being not only mirrored, but this is also a result of opposite polarity. First of all, the divine masculine is feeling a lot of love and affection for the divine feminine, and he realizes there are few things that he has realized in the time that he has been trying to understand this relationship. He feels that it's not just a bodily or sexual connection that he feels for the DF. In the past, maybe whatever relationships he had with other people, with other women, or the relationships he had in general when he was viewing relationships, he felt that two people have to be physically close. Either they have to be in the same house, or they have to be holding hands with each other, or they have to be like really close with each other physically to be able to feel each other's presence. But here he feels that that's not true. The more he has this feeling that she is with him, the more he feels mentally connected to her, connected in his soul to her. He feels that she's close. And the more he tries to run after the 3D, the body, or the perfection, because most of his problems have actually happened because he was trying to get a three-dimensional version of relationship with her. Because he thought that, this is how my parents are, or this is how my uncle and aunts are, or this is how my best friend's wife is, or their marriage is like. So with my girlfriend, or my girlfriend, or if they're not in the girlfriend boyfriend status, then I love her, she's my love, my beloved, or the girl I want, if they're even in separation. So this particular channeling will apply to all those people who have gone through the runner chaser dynamic, and they have a lot of intense, deep love for each other. They could also be married to each other, but this will only happen to the DM when she has fully detached from him. Please understand this. After she is completely detached from the divine masculine, and all her time and all her work and all her days, every single second she has dedicated to source and source alone. It might sound a bit difficult to swallow for some people, but if anyone has runner energy or DM energy, they only get attracted to the DF fully, and they feel the love when she is totally connected with the source. And it might sound like, so is she never supposed to feel any love for him? Is she never supposed to? Well, for her, the divine masculine is the person who took her to source. So from that perspective, she's always going to remember him, that he is the person. Whosoever has the energy, he or she, they are the person. Because of this person, I did my inner work properly. I had not done my inner work. I was not doing inner work. I was just, on the surface level, I was just, don't even know what I was doing for such a long time. I was in a limbo. First, the feminine is in a limbo. She is completely in the materialistic reality. Then something shifts. A spiritual awakening phase happens. From that phase, then the ascension starts happening. For people who get married to a narcissist twin flame, it's not easy, because living with the narcissist is not easy. Marrying a narcissist is not easy. And a narcissist also chooses a certain type of person. Why does a narcissist marry an empath mostly, or a super empath? Because they know that these people are givers. They will give no matter what. Now, we obviously know that in twin flame journey, the DMs are not hardcore narcissists. They don't have the disorder. Because if somebody has a disorder, it's very difficult, very, very difficult, for an ascensioner to even be around them. After they heal, before they heal, they're very codependent, so they'll obviously be very close to them physically also. But as soon as they start healing and ascension process happens, they are able to tackle it in a different way. So they understand that their DM could also have some flakes of narcissism, because they could have also been raised by a hardcore narcissist, and the narcissist might have seen them as the enabler, the enabled child, not the empath child, not the empathetic child. And this is also why when the DM runs away, he lacks any empathy. He doesn't even think once about the DF, like what would she feel. And this is the reason why they go through karmic lessons and karmic entanglements where they get their ass whopped. So first the DF gets her ass whopped by the DM, and when she realizes that okay, I can't keep doing this to myself, she lets him go and he gets his ass whopped by the karmics. One karmic, more than one karmic, whatever. So when the source integration has happened, on the other side he feels. So as I said, there could be different dynamics. It could be a relationship dynamic where you don't really break up, but you go through a very depressive phase. You're sad, you're upset, you're not talking to each other, you're in separation, you're in a weird separation. You could be living under the same roof, but you could be experiencing separation, or you've just stopped talking to each other. So there are different dynamics and different formats, which is not important in this channeling. What's more important is that he has figured out that the more he loves her soul, or her energy, or her presence, mental presence, or her emotional presence as a, not as a body, the more he experiences her as a feeling, the closer he feels with her, and he feels that she's not gone away from him. So this is how he'll start getting closer to her in 3D. Also he'll start building up the confidence because he'll feel so much love for her, you know. So what is happening to him is that he is getting wise, and before he used to plan a lot, because as I said, he was living in a 3D, 3 dimensional reality where he had a imagination about a relationship, but obviously with the DF he just could not figure it out, and he started getting more and more crazy, and then he started blaming her. So her spiritual side, her ascension lifestyle, the way she would be, it used to irk him, irritate him, because it would not fit in with the 3D model. Maybe one fine day they're just on a date, they're talking to each other, and she says, I don't want to have any kids. And he says, why not? We all need to have kids. And she says, no, we don't need to have kids. And then he says, oh really? Okay, he's confused. Maybe he doesn't say it in front of her, but he goes back home and he has a really long discussion with his mother or with his best friend or somebody, and says, this girl is weird, if she's saying like this. Or in some other case, he says, let's have a grand wedding, let's have a marriage and blah, blah, blah. And she says to him, oh, marriage, no, I want a very simple wedding. I don't want anybody, maybe 2 people, your mother and father, and come, and my mother and father, just immediate family members, siblings can come, nobody else. I don't want to do a fancy wedding, I don't want to even wear a fancy dress. I just want to have a very simple wedding, just exchange the rings or exchange the vows, and that's it. Maybe a court marriage would be better, or maybe this would be better, that would be better. And she has no 3 dimensional thoughts about marriage, and she clearly says that marriage is not about inviting people or calling guests over or doing a wedding with a pomp and show. And I'm not saying all DFs say that, I'm just giving an example to you guys, okay? And then he's like, okay, really, fine, maybe yeah, she's right, when he's with her, he's like, yeah, she's right, she makes sense. Actually, she makes sense, what are we going to do with kids? What are we going to do with a fancy wedding? Yeah, we can just do our mission work. And he listens to these things. Maybe she's not even using the word mission. She just says, I have a dream, I have a goal, I want to do this, I want to do that. And he goes like, okay, fine. But when he goes back to his life and he sits down, he has a talk with other people, they go like, are you crazy? Wedding is the most special time of your life, and we must do it like this. We must invite like 1,000 people at least, or we must do this. We must do it in one of the best hotels, or best caterer has to be called, and so much money has to be invested in it, and blah blah blah. And then he goes like, yeah, she's stupid, man. How can she even say such a stupid thing? I have a standard, I have a social status. Now their differences could also come, if not from these talks, then from some other materialistic difference. Like he likes to buy a lot of cars or fancy brands or fancy clothes or fancy shoes or this and that, and she on the other hand says, no, I'm an environmentalist, I don't think we should do any of this. Why do we have to create pollution, or why do we have to create unhygienic things, or why do we have to dirty? So everything he says to her, she has a rebuttal for it, because she is living in a different lifestyle. And I don't want to say this in such a upfront and a straightforward way, but ascension lifestyle is the real lifestyle. But even the ascensioner has to come to a middle ground, because we have to live on the planet. We cannot be very rigid also. But most of the times these people are right. It's just that they just don't know if it can be worked out, or they themselves get very negative and they've faced enough criticism in their own close circles, like family, biological connections, or relatives. So they are like, I can't do this, it's not possible. If somebody's mission is to clean the ocean, and they talk about it to their parents, and the parents laugh at them and they go like, what, you want to clean the whole ocean? Do you think it's possible? How will you do it? Some people will come and dirty it again. And somebody says, no, I want to do something for a certain species of animal, like maybe pandas or maybe dolphins, and they go like, no, you can't do this. And then the DM comes along who's living a very 3D life. So even if there is love, things are difficult. So that's why I say just keep focusing on your mission and things will happen. So now after healing, he's saying that, I have planned a lot of things, but it never worked out. And then I blamed you, and then I ran away, and then I planned it with someone else, and I got my ass whopped big time. So now I feel that, we should just live just unpredictably, just not plan anything. Let things happen on its own. One day we should be here, another day we should be there, things like that. No planning, nothing. No asking people, no discussing with other people, no involving other people, just you and me. And if we meet, we should just randomly meet. Like, we should not even discuss like how people meet during dates, like let's meet at 6 o'clock. So this type of love, he's basically talking about things that happen on its own, and yes, there are relationships like that, where you don't even plan to meet each other, and still you're hanging out with each other. It's like end of the day you're together. But if you have to go away for some work for a month, 2 months, it's not like you're just ending everything. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about the 3D things too much, because I don't want to confuse the listeners right now, because the listeners, some of them get too attached with the 3D reality and they forget all about soul work and inner work, and they start fascinating the 3D imaginary reality, delusional reality, and then they get... So I always say that 5D is followed by 3D, or 5D projects 3D. What I mean to say is that if you're content and happy in 5D, most definitely you will see it in 3D, but by that time 3D will not be important for you. So you understand the game out here. It is understandable when you experience it. Anyway, so he says that, I just want to be free with you. I don't want any of these societal norms and restrictions and this jail-like feeling. But what happens when I'm in 3D, I feel it. But even in my mental reality, when I think about you, when I feel you in my heart, I don't feel caged. So definitely he is going through this very beautiful phase of harmonization with her, or it could also be illumination. He's obviously surrendered. So he feels that, even when he thinks about her ideals, about her goals, about their togetherness, about the love, he feels like a free man. That's a very beautiful feeling to be in, let me tell you. So then he says that, now, okay, I just do want to say that the feminines, what are they feeling? The feminine is feeling very free as well, because she has literally chosen the life of ascension, and she no longer is attached. So moment you're detached from all your narc abusers, emotional support, codependency patterns, she doesn't give a rat's ass to what people say. She's literally living her mission. She is on her life's mission. So people can just say whatever they want to say to her, but it doesn't reach to her. Or maybe she's just taken away the power from people to even say anything to her, because you only go into this dance as long as it affects you. So the runner-chaser dynamic also, it affects you till the time you are the chaser. If you're not the chaser, where is the runner? Who's the runner running from? right? Similarly, she's a free bird. She's just flying and she's with source, and she's gone through a whole life of trouble and upset and pain. And a lot of people who have crossed their 35 or 33, they could be going through this type of dynamic. Mostly it happens after 35 if you're a twin flame or a star seed, where you are free from the this present life's karmic connections. But for some people it can happen at 42 also. Some people it happens at 28, 33, 35 or 36. 36 also, yes, because 35 is when it ends, and then 42, and then after your 50s. So there are different age groups where you get this freedom when you totally detach. I will share this with you in a separate video if you want, but currently the channeling, the energy is telling me this. So any of you, if you're feeling this way, you could be in that age bracket, and you'll be feeling detached and happy and free, as if you were in a jail for many years and finally you're a free person, And to mirror this, the DM is also feeling the same thing. She thinks this way whenever she's integrated with the source, and because of deep inner work, she has realized that she feels free, completely free, every time some 3D thought comes or some troublesome thought comes. The moment she drops it and she integrates with the source, she is free. That's it. And he feels the same way for her. Every time he thinks about her, he feels free. So that's how they are connected to each other. And now he's saying that, in this zone, before this, I could feel that, we can get separated and people can take you away from me and this can happen or that can happen. But now in this zone, I don't think anyone can separate me from you. It's just not possible, So I'm not worried. I used to be worried, but now I'm not worried. Because you are there for me and I'm there for you. In fact, he's not even speaking about himself, because he knows that he needs her. He wants to be with her. So he's not saying I'm there for you. He's just saying you are for me. And that's it. You're for me and for me and for me. And I have completely... He has basically reached the place where he has given up. You know how two people are on a war? There are two warriors fighting with each other, and one person says, I give up. I give up. I don't want to win. I am done. I don't want to win. You win. So his ego has completely got shattered into pieces, and he's done it by himself because he realized that this ego path was painful. And she's also done this. For example, when I said that, she feels this with source, she's also done it. Because when she's attached with 3D, or she's doing all the things, fighting against this, that, trying too hard to manifest, blah, blah, blah. This is the reason why I think I should start talking about law of attraction, the real law of attraction. Because most people are actually talking about law of attraction and they're putting people, in deeper pit of 3D world. The idea of law of attraction is to release people from 3D. But what they're doing is, you can manifest this, you can manifest that, you can manifest that. So she herself says, I give up. She says, I don't want to manifest anything. I don't want to take control and manifest it. I know if I surrender, it will automatically get manifested. So I give up. You decide. My life is predestined. You decide, source. Whatever you want to do with my life, do it. I'm just a vessel. I'm completely there for this mission work, for this purpose. The moment she does this, he's going to do it too. He's going to say, I give up, you win, I'll do everything. And this time, she doesn't even have to tell him, because in some cases, in the DMDF, the separation doesn't happen how it happens with other people. So in some cases, how the separation is or how the relationship is, that the DF wants him to do certain work, certain projects, or certain things, or she says, okay, you do this, I'm going to give you this responsibility, you fulfill it, I'm going to give you this job. And he keeps questioning it from 3D perspective. He keeps thinking, what is going to happen? Is it going to be successful? Is it going to work out? How much money? He's all stuck in 3D calculations. And she's just operating from 5D. So she says, I have done my bit of work, now you do it. After some time, she realizes that I don't need him to do anything. Even that could be happening. So they've not really separated as such, or they've not really gone their separate ways, or there's a karmic thing. All of that doesn't happen. In simple cases, he just realizes that he has certain responsibilities and he needs to fulfill them. He just has to do what he's supposed to do, whatever she's asked him to do. Because he realizes that she is also a vessel. She is also a free bird. She doesn't have any attachments or desires, or she's not coming from the space that if you do this, it will help her, or it will help me, or it will do this, or it will do that. He just realizes that she's absolutely a carefree person. She has no attachment whatsoever. So why am I getting so attached? So when he detaches from that space, and he's like, yeah, I think I should do my bit, and I should also not be so 3D, so stupid and 3D, because it's not gonna land me to anything. So when he comes to that, that's when he feels that she is there for me. I don't think we can get separated. The more I feel her in my presence, the more she is there with me. So on this note, I would be closing this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.